drop 'em. One hook and I'll rock 'em. One more and I'll stop 'em. Call the fighter, I'll off 'em. Op 'em. If he reach, then I'll pop 'em. Street sweeper, I'll wash 'em. Homicide, come and chalk 'em. Drop 'em. One hook and I'll rock 'em. One more and I'll stop 'em. Call the fighter, I'll off 'em. Op 'em. The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros are comments made by Eddie Hearn, and in the comments he said that he never sent Deontay Wilder a contract. Now we're talking about this because if you've been following boxing channels for a long time, there was the big Wilder versus AJ beef, and people were pulling up articles and doing research and coming to the table and doing these arguments. And some people like, well, we recall him saying he sent Wilder a contract. Then recently he said he didn't. We're going to play the video and we'll discuss it after. Let's take a look. All right, so I'm going to show the person who put this video together some love. This is Glass Chin. You can follow Glass Chin. Glass Chin puts up videos on boxing. All right, let's take a look.
Do you see any similarities between this situation regarding the contract and the one that you sent Deontay Wilder on the Anthony Joshua fight in terms of you?
We'd never sent a contract to Deontay Wilder. Okay. Deontay Wilder made us an offer of which we said, okay, send us the contract. They never sent the contract. By the way,
I said to him, so this is when he accepted the offer. This was on like a Monday. I said to him, I need to speak to a few venues. I'll be back to you with a contract on Friday. On the Friday, I sent him an email and I said, I haven't quite finished the contract. I'll have it with you in the next couple of days or 48 hours. By Monday morning, he had that contract. Okay. 5 days later, or 6 days, I think the email come through Monday morning in the early hours. It's another thing that he does, but I'll come on to that later. They sent me an email saying, oh, by the way, in the middle of that, they said, I know you're working on the date time, but can you confirm it's Anthony Joshua's next fight? I went back and said, yes, that's confirmed. All right. So they know it's his next fight, and they know I'm working for October. So that date.
So you heard him say that he didn't send Deontay Wilder a contract when they were asking him about, is the Tyson Fury situation similar to when he sent Deontay Wilder a contract? And he said, I didn't send him a contract. Then you see the old video where he said he sent Wilder a contract and he had the contract. Now, this is kind of making its way around because, as you remember, this was huge back in the day. And a lot of people were relying on information that was coming out. And now there's new information that he says he never sent Deontay Wilder a contract. Conspiracy G, man, what's your reaction to that?
My reaction is Caden, Trill, and Ned owes Deontay Wilder an apology because y'all call this man a ducker, talking about he was offered $150 million. It was never offered. You know what I'm saying?
Whoa, so, that's not true.
Huh?
That's not true. Gee, I don't want to jump in right now, but
go ahead, dog.
Lou DiBella himself said he took Deontay Wilder to meet with the executives from the Zone, and they offered him $120 million. Lou DiBella said this. Deontay Wilder confirmed he had the meeting, and then he fired Lou DiBella immediately. Look, I'll say this. I'm not saying that you can go off what you're saying. Eddie Hearn never offered Deontay Wilder a contract, and we know that now. But he did meet with the Zone, and they did offer him. But an offer is not a contract. So go on ahead.
I appreciate it. Thank you for the clarity. But the hell with all of that. I'm demanding an apology from my brothers because for too long y'all were violating my man Deontay Wilder on this show, and I just had to hold my tongue because I'm like, damn, they might know there's something that I don't know. This looks sunny. This looks funny. It look real suspect. My man Wilder. I'm like, yo, come on, son. Come on, champ. This don't look good. You know, I had to hold it down for Wilder, but it was tough. I'm getting violated on the show, in the comment section, all of that.
G, don't turn yourself into a victim. Hold on. G, do not try to turn yourself into a victim. G, you were texting everybody at like 4 a.m. in the morning. Read this. We were like, yo, all right, yo, the whole paragraph says, don't read the paragraph. Read the sentence. Read the sentence. Like, yo, what you mean? Don't read the whole paragraph. What does the sentence say? G, don't come here trying to act like a victim, G.
All right, yo, listen. Hey, man, you know what I mean? Hey, listen, I was just riding for my man Wilder. You know what I mean? But this, oh, man, this is like 2 segments in a row, followed by the antics of Eddie Hearn that we dealt with like the last 2 weeks. Yo, this guy needs to lay off of social media. I think he should do the Al Heyman approach. Disappear and just do everything from the shadows, because there's so much footage of him contradicting himself. It's kind of amazing, you know. And I'm gonna be honest with you, right? Like, I think both Wilder and AJ obviously wants this fight, right? But I think both sides is trying to cash out. You know what I mean? So everybody's trying to like, hey, how much money can I make from this fight? You know what I mean? And then both of these, like Eddie Hearn and Shelly, they almost lost it all, bro. Like playing these games, you know? So all I'm saying is, yo, they have an opportunity right now to salvage what they lost, you know, like both AJ and Wilder. All they have to do, Wilder just has to win his Lennox fight. You know, AJ just stay away from Fury right now and then try to make a contract with Wilder for the following year. And y'all can make some big money, especially like if it's in the UK or somewhere in the Middle East. But it's a huge fight that everybody still wants to see around the world. So, you know, Eddie, don't mess this up a second go around. If a contract needs to be sent, send those contracts, you know, and do it in good faith, man. Like a lot of these guys, they sending contracts, not sending contracts. They're claiming that they sent the contract, knowing that the contract's gonna get, you know, denied, you know, wasting time just to duck and all and dodge and delay. Man, the boxing fans want to see this fight. Me personally, I need closure. So I could tell all my brothers on this screen, I told you so. You know, so Eddie, do the right thing so Deontay Wilder could take AJ's head off. That's all I'm asking. Blessings.
Dollar Bill.
Man, I'm just gonna comment on Eddie Hearn, and I'm gonna break that down in 5 words. You know, today's Eddie isn't yesterday's Eddie. That's all we're seeing.
That's 100%. I
say out loud today. I'm telling the truth.
Yeah, I was about to say. It sounds a lot like Bob Arum. All right, go ahead, TV.
I'm gonna say this: when you're the A side, you got a lot of keys to the cars, and sometimes you may lose a couple keys to the cars. You get what I'm saying? And
nah. What? Nah.
I want to tell my Ferrari. Let me cook, yo. It's like he's looking for his super suit. Where's my super suit? And you know it's over. Yo, at one time I remember what's his name? Come on, who? What was his name? Come on, son. What's his name? I forgot his name. Come on, son. And he used to put up the son. Come on, son. What's his name? Y'all don't remember? He big.
Ed Lover.
Ed Lover. He used to say, "Come on, son." And yeah, you know, it's like, yo, what everything. I said I brought up Ed Lover for this because one time, Mike Tyson lended Ed Lover Rolls Royce, and he had it for like 3-4 months. almost. I think he said he had it for like forever, and then like one day his promoters came and was like, "Yo, I love Lindsay. Mike Tyson lends you a Rolls Royce? Yeah, it's in my mom's driveway." And they came and picked it up like a year, or it was a long. It was he had it for a long time. They came and picked it up and take it back from him. So I'm saying, when you're the A side, you may dot your I's and cross your T's one day and forgot you crossed them like 3 months later. So I'm just saying, Eddie, you gotta have a team around.
That means you crossing T's right, bro. That means you didn't do what you're supposed to do, man.
I'm just saying, you could say someone that I'm a victim of this dude. I say something, and people are like, "Yo, you say you would do this." I'm a man of my word. I honor it, but it was like when people be like, "Yo, you say you do this," I be like, "You right? I did say that."
My word, but I forget.
I honor it. I remember. I go back in my Rolodex in my mind. I'm like, I did say that. I'm gonna honor it. I don't. I don't appreciate liars, thieves. Things like that. People scandals. If I say something out my mouth and I said I was gonna do it, I gotta honor it. But Eddie, you're doing too much. You gotta really lock it in. You gotta really realize if you as a promoter, you can't be Diddy dancing all in everybody's videos. You gotta be more like Suge. You feel me? That was a good. You see me? You gotta be more like Suge. You gotta handle your business. You gotta be more cutthroat. You gotta be more like no. Yes, or hang people out the window. But you get what I'm saying?
Nah.
But Eddie, what is you doing right now? You trying to be too friendly instead of being like a serious promoter. Like that's why Al Heyman is more like he's respected because he handles his business and he gets business done. You
heard him. You heard what the TV said, Eddie, hang AJ out the window.
Yeah, let's see how that goes.
I ain't saying that. I don't think Eddie can get that done. If Eddie get that, the rumors report AJ's hanging off the what's it? The tower in London. Talks to Eddie, he got it done. But I don't think Eddie can get that done. I don't know what team he can put together to get that man hanging out the window. But I'm just saying, Eddie, you a little too friendly. Sometimes you gotta take your business a little more seriously and don't entertain this. If you're a businessman, you gotta be serious about your business. You gotta be serious about these contracts. You can't just say I'm gonna send a contract one day and never send a contract. Like people ain't gonna take you serious. Right now we got multiple videos you looking really foolish, and you gotta clean it up. You gotta clean up your act.
Yo, my son,
it's not over Eddie yet.
Oh yeah, you must clean up your act.
You a good promoter.
You know what I'm saying? With all due respect. With all due respect. I know, yo, you must be autistic. You ain't telling me, huh? You ain't tell Daddy.
No, I'm being serious.
I'm trying to follow you, bro. I'm like, yo, your mind is
everywhere. I know. I went everywhere. But I'm trying to follow you.
With all due respect. I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? Yo, we dropping keys to getting keys. Y'all feel me? I'm like, nah.
Yo, you see the video of that girl rapping? It was like, it will be, it will I, it will be. The white girl, you know what I'm talking about?
Yo, man.
Oh my God.
Listen, I know I went all over the world, but you gotta understand. You have to have some structure to your business. Right now, Eddie's looking like he has no structure. And look, the footage I've seen, I'd be like, yo, Eddie was Eddie Hearn promoted the year.
You can get the floor back. I just want to just share something with the peoples. All right. Yo, this is Ned dropping bars, dog. Hold on. Yo, listen, yo, this is Ned dropping bars. Hold on.
Brit Barbie.
Oh my God! Look
Get it,
man.
man. Get it,
Period
man.
I, period up, period 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 up, period I, period up.
These are next segments, yo, on Boxing Bros.
Yeah, I'm just saying this. I'm just saying.
Yo, hey, Lover, come on, son. Yo, you know it took Tyson's car.
You gotta
No,
and then took it a year later. This Eddie Hearn. I'm like, what?
No. I'm just saying. Ed Lover had Tyson's Rolls Royce for like years, and then a promotion team came and was like, "You have his car. We need it back." Like, so when you the A side of something, Eddie Hearn is the A side of a lot of fights, and you may see like a lot of people want to fight you. I sent out the contract. Look, he had a flop with Andy Ruiz. I won't go all over the place, but I'm just saying you gotta be more in control. You have to have a better team around you that handles your business. Because the way Eddie's been moving lately, we gave him promoted a year 1 year. Was it 2019, 2020? We gave him promoted a year, and then he's been going. He's been treading downhill after that. I'm just saying, Eddie, you gotta be more serious about your business because everything, all the footage, everything you're saying after you contradict yourself is looking really bad. It's looking very bad. And I would go to bat for you, but I can't go to bat for you right now, Eddie. Clean your mess up. Clean your act up. You're moving mad, bro.
You know what's funny? Your last like 10 seconds is the only thing I understood about everything you just said. But God bless.
What Ned the TVE was trying to say.
This dude, he does that. Ned's one of them dudes that do all of them long shortcuts. You know what I mean? Like, usually a drive that take 5 minutes, take 15 with Ned. You know, like, oh, God. I was really trying to understand, like, the Ed Lover. Like, I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying?
No, this is a true story. Mike Tyson lended Ed Lover like a and he got back.
But what that got to do?
Eddie's the A side. He has so much going on.
I don't even think I can go, yo.
He forgets what he says one day, and then he messes up the next day. Like, yo, it's like I said, I applied it to myself. I'll be like, I said a promise, or I said I would do something, and somebody reminds me, like, yo, you said you were gonna do this. I was like, oh, I did say I did.
Just for clarity, so you're saying Ed Lover, what is Eddie Hearn?
No, I'm saying Mike Tyson is Eddie Hearn, and he needed
Mike Tyson is Eddie Hearn.
Yeah, his promotion team.
Mike Tyson actually gave him the
role.
Yeah,
they
correct.
Were partying one night and was like, "Yo, you can take it. You could have it. You can have it." And then Ed Lover was like, "Mike Tyson just gave me a expensive Rolls Royce or a Bentley something." And
so stop. So now, how does that compare to the Eddie Hearn sending or not sending a contract to Deontay Wilder?
He sent it. He didn't send. I don't know. Yeah, Eddie admitted he sent it. All right, but I'm just saying there's so much going on. We had so much going on there. He fought Andy Ruiz. That's when they sent it to Mike. When they sent it to
Hold on. Like you said, if I had 300 million, well, it's something around 300 million. What was 500,000?
I take the Bentley back to my mom. Throws me the keys to the Bentley. I take the Bentley back to my mom's block in Queens. I park it on the street. I hit it. Boop, boop. I start walking in the house. Then I'm thinking, hold on. You can't leave this car outside on the street, bro. You got to put it in the garage, but we ain't have no garage. My pops tore it down, so I pulled it into the backyard. Long story short, week go by, I still got this car. 2 weeks go by, I still got the car. 3 weeks go by, my boys are gassing me out. You got to move this, man. You can't just let it sit there. The motor seizes up. I don't know nothing about no Bentley. So I'm driving this shit around the hood like it's my car now. I had already gone and got my car, but I left the Bentley at my mom's house because where I lived there in Jersey, you couldn't take it over there either at the time. So I'm rolling. I got this Bentley. All of a sudden, my pager go off, 911 with a number. See, that's pager days. I call back, go, yo, hey, Ed, this is John Hearn, Mike's. I said, oh, yeah, John, I know who you are. Yo, by any chance, do you happen to have one of Mike's cars? I go, yeah, I got that Bentley where we was out the other night. Yeah, I got that. He said, well, give me an address. I'm going to send somebody to come get it. I didn't think none of it. I knew it wasn't my shit. So they came and got the car, gone. Fast forward 15 years later, I'm in Vegas at Tao. I see Mike come in. He's standing by the bar. Of course, I got to go holler at him. That's my man. I'm talking to Mike. People coming by, hey, champ, how you doing, man? How you doing? Good. Hey, Ed Lover, what's up, bro? Mike goes, Ed, it's been a good life, right? I'm like, yeah, Mike, it's crazy. He said, people still call me champ. Man, I ain't been in the ring in over 10 years. People still call me champ. Yeah, it's been a long time Since you're on TV Rats, people still know you. They know everything. So, man, remember we used to go out to Nels and shit, have a good time and all that. I said, remember that spot we went to in Queens with the Jamaican bitches? I was like, yeah. So remember that night I gave you the Bentley to take to your mom's house? I was like, yeah, I remember that. He said, you know, I gave you that car, right? I said, what? He said, no, I gave it to you. I wanted you to have that. You was my man, you know. And I knew you couldn't afford a Bentley and nothing like that. So I like having all my friends, you know, be fly. I just really want you to have that. He said, John and them came and got that. These jealous motherfuckers, right? I was like, yep. I said, you tell John Hearn if I see him, nigga, you owe me $400,000. All right.
So, all right, Ned.
Yo, Ned, please explain.
We know the story, Ned.
Like I said,
we know the story, Ned. What's
like
good?
I said, and Lover thought he had the car, was loaned the car, and was like, yo, when's Mike gonna get this back? Mike Tyson gave him the car. Eddie Hearn thought he gave out a contract and forgot he gave out a contract. People forget, man. It happens. You know, we know all human. We all make mistakes.
But Mike didn't forget. Mike clearly just said he gave him the car.
But at the night of, I love it. It was like, yo, you can have it. Yeah, take the keys. He didn't say, yo, you can have it. Mike was showing love in a way. Like, yeah, I'd be like, yo,
I don't
good?
know why I do this to myself. And then there's gonna be a whole bunch of people in the comment section. You don't understand, G. What Ned was trying to say.
What I'm trying to say is we all human and we all forget sometimes, man. Like, that's it, yo. The mind is a miraculous thing, and it may sabotage it sometimes. So, you know, that's all, yo.
Yo,
you know?
Edibles, son. Edibles is out now. You know what
I'm just saying.
I'm trying to figure out how this went from contract, Deontay Wilder, Eddie Hearn to Ed Lover, Mike Tyson, Bentley.
Listen, because at the time, yo, that was a new interview where he reiterated.
That's the wrong interview.
That sound like Kane when he was getting interrogated by the dude, by the bald head, dark skinned black dude. I know you first bought the
You know you done messed.
That's basically what he knows. He knows he messed up right now.
Hey man, but I'm just saying, Eddie's human, yo. But he's been messing up, and he gotta get like Death Row instead of being like P Diddy dancing everybody video, being the backup dancer and all of that stuff. That's all.
My man Eddie messing up like Ned. You know what I'm saying?
It happens, yo. We human.
You know what's funny to me about doing this show, man, is if you look at it, Ned pointed out some good stuff. We gave Eddie Hearn Trainer of the Year. And G, you pointed this out. Promoter of the Year, that's right, Promoter of the Year. We gave Eddie Hearn Promoter of the Year. And G, you pointed this out. Me personally, I only speak for myself. I've sided with Eddie Hearn numerous times in our debates. When we were debating Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder contracts, I relied on what Eddie Hearn was saying. I came out here spewing the same talking points that I see people in our comment section saying when we talk about Eddie now. I was Team Eddie. The difference is I watched interview upon interview of a man contradicting himself
too many times.
And got to say, yo, well, hold on a minute. And not just contradicting yourself. I'm going to tell you what I love about Trill, what I love about G, and Ned is Ned, so I just love Ned.
Like, Ned's all
I'm going to tell you what I love about Trill and what I love about G. Yo, there's certain things you can tell me about Trill, and I'll be like, yeah, he did that. But there's certain things you can tell me about Trill, and I just know he wouldn't do it. It's just not in his character. If you come to me and say it, I'll be like, I don't know, bro. I need more evidence than that. Same with G. I know G and Trill so well. People come to me and tell me they say something, I'll be like, whatever. Like in front of them. But one time they came to me, Stretch and Ned and everyone, they told me G said something. I said, I know you said it, G. I know you said it. Just because I know G. It was like, that's a G special right there. Just written all over it. You know what I'm saying? Because I know these guys, they have principles. It's their principles. Like, if you don't stand on something, I just cannot rock with you. Like, you can't be being Canelo Alvarez and then say you're a Canelo Alvarez fanboy. That doesn't sit well with me because you got no principles, right? It was being Canelo when you was repping Billy Joe. Now you're a Canelo fanboy and you want to feed Billy Joe to Canelo. If I'm a fighter, I'm watching you. And I'm saying this dude is about his bottom line. He don't give a damn about me. He don't give a damn about me. When Big Baby Miller pops, oh, VADA's the gold standard. VADA testing. What's the point in signing up for testing if you're not going to honor the results? When Conor Ben tests positive, yeah, that's VADA, but the British Board of Boxing Control doesn't even acknowledge VADA. He passed UCAS, so we should still be able to fight. Are you really pushing to make that fight happen? No principles. That's why someone like me, who used to be Team Eddie's like, yo, this dude is slimy, cuz. And for the record, why did we like Eddie? We thought he had more principle than the other guys. We thought he was different than Sleazy Don, Sleazy Bob. We just found out he's the same dude, just a younger version.
Facts.
So what you saying to us? Like, yo, oh, y'all are hating. Oh, this is destroy Eddie. We ain't destroying nothing. We just calling it out. So once you show me who you really are, I believe you. That's all I'm saying. You got to have some principles. Now, if Eddie would have been like, yo, when Conor been pop positive, like, look, you know, it's an unfortunate situation, but I think the right thing to do is to postpone the fight and let Conor clear his name, and then we can reschedule this fight later on. I would have respected it because it would have held true with everything he said before. But that's not what he does. That's what changed. I'll speak only for myself, but my perception of Eddie Hearn. Now, after watching a series of this man contradict himself, he comes out and says, we never sent Deontay Wilder a contract. And I used to argue with G and Complex religiously. Yo, you can pull up the old videos on this. We used to get it in. That's probably like the most contentious we've ever been on this show, having those debates. And I'm relying on what this dude says. And now I look back and I'm like, yo, I don't believe nothing he says. Because I used to think he was a principled man with integrity. But now I see he's a younger version of Don King, a younger version of Bob Arum. He is a promoter like everyone else was a promoter. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's what he wants to be. That's what he wants to be. But don't tell me that I'm wrong for, because we've called out Bob Arum. We've called out Don King. When we call out the American Dons, y'all are cool. We call out soon as people get, yo, look, I have no issue with Eddie Hearn. I used to be Team Eddie. But watching Eddie conducts himself, watching him switch and not stand for nothing showed me he's not the principled dude who I thought, trying to change this sport the way I thought.
Oh, hold on. You forgot to add one last thing about Eddie.
Go ahead.
Eddie was the one to convince all of us to get the Zone subscriptions, talking about, you know, pay-per-view is dead, this, that, and third, and now what they pushing us. Pay-per-view.
Yeah, we got to pay $65 to see Canelo on top of a $20 a month subscription.
None of us is grandfathered in.
Get in there, Trill, if you got something to say.
Today's Eddie isn't yesterday's Eddie.
Thank you, Trill. Can I go off the back of Trill? Today's price is not yesterday's price. You're not the promoter. You got to do anything to salvage your business and your image. And Eddie, you got to move more like Suge. Then you did like P. Diddy, man, because you was these boxers' friends. And now you got to be their enemies. You got to let them know what the business is.
You know, net love back. You know what I'm saying?
You got to let them know.
And Suge got the broader back. You know what I'm saying?
That was like,
world. You know what I'm
saying? Was like, no.
Eddie, I rock with you, but I don't rock with you because right now you messing up, and I just make me look at you.
But realistically, this is what creates a conflict when you do things this way. Like, that's why Eddie shouldn't be in front of the camera so much.
Exactly.
Because as a promoter who's in front of the camera, he's really showing who he really is. He's all about his bottom line and the money. It's ban Canelo until I have Canelo. And now I'm a fanboy. I don't think anyone can beat him. Bro, you want to ban this man over clenbuterol, a substance that the world knew was in Mexican meat. And all y'all were ready to ban Canelo too. I still see y'all try to call Canelo a cheat, as if you don't know that's in meat. Yo, steroids and substances in meat is nothing new. That's why when you go to Whole Foods, it says no hormones, no whatever, farm-raised chicken. That's why if you want beef, it says grass-fed beef. You know why they writing that? What you said, G?
I said the bougie meat.
Yeah.
Man,
you know why they're telling you grass-fed beef? They're saying if you eat this, you don't got to worry about these unknown chemicals getting in your body.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all never ate at a restaurant before, huh? Imagine you out in Mexico. You go to this upscale restaurant by Mexico standards. And you order, and you
Yo.
So talk about Mexicans. You go to this upscale restaurant in Mexico.
You gotta ask them, where to get this taco meat
you know
from?
What I'm saying? You paying like $100 for the steak. You cut it up and eating it, and the whole time you just clenbuterol, all up in your system. Come on,
hold
man.
on. But can I add? Eddie's not the only one. They're all hypocrites. Lou DiBella recently tried to call out Conor Ben. Yo, the comment section violated Lou DiBella. Like, yo, ain't you the dude that represented Pascal? Like, you talking? Yo, I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of these dudes in one breath would be like, yo, ban that fighter. Do this. Don't send this contract. I didn't do this. Let it be their fighter. Roles reverse. I'm telling you, all of these guys, it's just a scumbag business, man. It's like,
I agree with you, but Lou DiBella isn't in every interview. Like, that may be a contradiction they have, but they don't have a video of Lou sitting around here. Yo, just so
that's one thing that we can agree with the TVE said.
Which one?
You don't want him playing P. Diddy all up in the video, all up in the camera. You know what I'm saying?
100%. That's why I think he should play the background a little bit more, because y'all know this in America, bro. I can tell you, I'm trying to tell y'all why Eddie Hearn didn't hit in America. He doesn't have principle. That matters in America, yo. Like, in the UK, y'all seem to like hang on to little. That's what I notice about the UK. Whenever you say something about someone they like, they want to hang on little nuances.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, you said this, but he really said that. So they act like that means your conclusion is wrong. Like, a little mix up in details negates your entire conclusion, as if there isn't a lot more evidence to support your conclusion.
You could provide 5 examples.
Yeah,
they'll latch on to example 4. Well, he technically said this and not that. I'm like, bro, I'm not 5, bro.
Example 4 actually isn't 100% correct the way you said it. So now your whole conclusion is wrong, and we're going to ignore the other 4 pieces of evidence that are 100% correct that support your conclusion.
Sure.
Like, come on, man. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Yo,
his favorite.
One thing I love about being from America is, we don't like. I don't want to say anything, but I'm just noticing, like, in the UK, like, it seems like y'all favor.
Yeah, they in love with whoever they rep. I'm like, bruh, if they wrong,
I feel like royalty, though. I feel like, you know what I mean? I feel like, they love people from the UK, but if you're like a rich family, a royal family, wealthy family from the UK, everyone just bows to them, bro. It's just like, it's like, you're talking about a god, you can't say nothing about him. In America, it's F you and F everyone. F your whole family. Like, Yo,
in the
yo,
U.S.,
yo.
we violate our presidents.
That's
dog.
what I'm saying. We violate the president. We don't care in America. There's no royal. It's like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, you say whatever, like, yo, in America, they don't care. But it's like, in the UK, if you say something about this person who's this whatever, like, I'm telling you, once they were like, you know how hard it is to inherit $1 billion company? I'm like, y'all are drinking the tea. Y'all are drinking the tea. When they said that, to me.
Yeah, these comments
Like,
are crazy.
I be sitting there like, yo, dog, y'all be tripping, cuz for real. And all I'm saying is we're not doing anything to Eddie we don't do to all the other promoters. Yo, Eddie Hearn contradicts himself a lot to the point where I am no longer relying on his word like I used to. In the arguments with G Complex about contract negotiations with Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua, I used to just think like, yo, Eddie Hearn's word was bond. Eddie Hearn's word was all I needed. And now I'm seeing that that's not necessarily true. So now I put Eddie in the category with, yesterday I was lying, today I'm telling the truth. That's Bob Arum. Eddie Hearn's in that category with him. He's in the category with Bob. He's in the category with Al Heyman. All these dudes. They all do what's in the best interest of their company and their bottom line. I used to think Eddie was more for the fighters, but now I see he's not. Remember we had that segment, we were like, yo, if you could sign with any promoter, who would you sign with? We were all like, yo, we sign with Eddie. But the fact is, I've seen Eddie lose so many fights, make so many bad decisions, do so many things. I'm like, yo, this dude is not who I thought he was. So I got to switch up.
We got to change that question now.
We gotta
do that again.
We should do that segment again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for real. We got to do that segment again. Because I'm telling you right now, I said I would sign with Eddie if I was a fighter. But that's no longer the case after seeing all this stuff. And for those of you who like, it's funny to me because like when I say stuff or whatever, they're like, oh, you don't want to admit you're wrong or whatever. I'm admitting that I was wrong every time I say something about Eddie because I was Team Eddie. Think about that. Every time I thought Eddie was better, I was Team Eddie. That's why G started this off like, I want an apology because Eddie saying all that negates all the arguments I had with this dude relying on Eddie's information. So this is me admitting that I was wrong. So I will say this, G.
Blessings.
In a situation where I'm not apologizing to you, fool. This G is hilarious.
Hey, this is months in the making. Let me soak this all up. Pause.
Yo,
you know what
G, here's your apology, G.
There used to be segments I used to like. I'm like, yo, I don't even know I'm doing this to myself. Like, I'll see the topics. I'm like, yo, if I could just call out sick, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, why do I have to endure this? You know what I mean? Like, I used to be so happy when Complex would come through with me. I'm like, word, because I know he's gonna take all the bullets. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, this ain't looking too good. You know, so it's just refreshing to just know that. And I've said this since day one. It's documented. I used to call Eddie the devil Hearn, you know what I'm saying? So never trusted Eddie Hearn, and now it's all coming to light. So I just like to say blessings, my brother. Continue.
Now I'm gonna close with this, bro, and then you can take us out. I will say this to you, G, and to Complex too, if he's watching the video, which he does so to our brother Complex. I relied on a lot of information for Eddie in the past that I took as gospel just because, you know, I felt like he was a different type of promoter. I felt like he had more integrity. I felt like he was more principled than, say, Bob Arum, say, Al Heyman, and the typical guys we see. But time has shown me that, you know, he isn't. And even in fact, he said things to contradict himself for things that happened during those wider negotiations. So where I once felt like I was 100% confident in the things I was saying, I'm not. You know what I mean? And if we had those debates again, they probably would go a lot differently than Doesn't mean that I think AJ's ducking. Doesn't mean that I don't think AJ wanted to fight Wilder. Doesn't mean that they didn't make offers to Deontay Wilder. But when you say, did Eddie Hearn really want to make that fight? Now I'm saying I'm not so sure he did want to make that fight, and he did want to risk his cash.
This is a strong interjection. You know what I'm saying? So another thing that we got to reconsider. Remember at the beginning of our debates, it was Wilder sign a 3-fight deal for $150 million. But this same dude, Eddie Hearn, offered Tyson Fury $100 million for 1 fight with AJ. You see what I'm saying? Like to me, Wilder was getting the short end of the stick. And so that's why I was always like, maybe Wilder wants more bread. You know what I'm saying? Think about, come on, man.
I don't want to. Hold on. See, because
that's a whole different segment.
I don't.
That's a whole different segment. G,
trying to slide. No, see, this is.
You give E an inch. You give E an inch. He tried to take
it. Now hold on. Now G's trying to act like at the time when Eddie offered Fury $100 million, he didn't already beat Deontay Wilder and boost his profile. At the time when he offered Deontay Wilder that contract, Deontay Wilder hadn't fought Tyson Fury.
Go ahead, Trill. I thought we were wrapping up.
Y'all see how G try to do the slippery stuff. Go ahead, Trill. You can take us out.
Now, hold on. Ned was about to say something foolish. Go ahead, Ned.
I was putting that Caden to take your head off because you just slipped out.
Yo, before we get out of here, I wanted to share something because it was just so fitting with this this episode. We got a shout out from a young man. His name is Tyler. He says boxing commentary has a lot of bias, and you guys keep it 100 no matter what. And you always show love to my Mexican people, which I appreciate. If you're ever in LA, I got you guys. Much respect. Well, much respect and love to you too, Tyler.
LA, I'm tucking my little chain.
You know what I'm saying? Much respect and love to you. Thank y'all for watching. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. Let us know how you feel in the comment section. And check out our podcast on all major streaming services. We are the Boxing Bros. This was a live one.